What's up everybody and welcome to this little mini tutorial. So I want to do a few more of these and see how it goes. I've noticed if I upload more than 2 videos a week, the views per video are actually less. So I want to try and see what happens if I upload one short video and then 2 longer ones each week, depending on if I have the time to make it work. We're gonna try and see how that goes with the views, and that way we might be able to get a little bit more done. So what we're gonna do today is add a simple button in the pause menu so we can return to the lobby with all of our players in a multiplayer game and change the active game mode, for example. So we want to go to the widgets folder and we want to open up 2 widgets, the player died menu and the pause menu. So let's do that. We're gonna look for the pause menu in here and then also the player died menu. So in our player died menu we have a pop-up that I want to reuse. So border pop-up, are you sure? I'm just gonna right click and copy it, then go back to my pause menu and paste it on top of the canvas panel. So now all we need to do is set up the alignment, position 0, 0, that's good. So I want to change the text in here a little bit, so let's do that first. We're gonna say the game will end and all players will return to the lobby, are you sure? So let's say the game will end and all players will return to the lobby. Are you sure? There we go. So we have these yes no buttons that should be good to go. Now we want to add a button in here so we can return to the lobby. So let's grab the button main menu, for example, and duplicate this one. So this is going to be button lobby. And then over here change the text as well. So lobby. And that's the entire designer part. So compile it and save it. And let's go to our graph to set it up. So first of all, let's set up event construct, and I don't think we have that already. So let's create it, event construct. And the first thing we want to do is make sure that we reset everything when we open our pause menu. So this may be the second time that we open it, for example. So we're going to grab our button resume game, button quit game, and then the button main menu and the button lobby, and we're going to make sure that all of those are enabled. So drag off here, set enabled, and make sure it's true for all 4 of them. Then we also want to make sure that our pop-up is not visible. So let's grab the border pop-up and set the visibility. Make sure this is hidden when we open the pause menu. Then we need to know if this is actually a multiplayer game, and if not, we're gonna hide the lobby button. So we want to get our game instance, and we need to cast it to our shooter game instance. So from here we can grab the boolean is solo game. So let's drag off here, get is solo game. And depending on if that's true, we can set the correct visibility for the lobby button. So over here, what we want to do, if this is true, then we want to collapse the button. So let's grab our button lobby over here and set the visibility. So if this is a solo game, we don't need the button. So over here, set it to collapsed. And if this is a multiplayer game, we do want to make sure that we are the host. So otherwise there's no use for the button in here. So we're going to grab a second branch, and in here we're going to check if we are the server. And if this is false, we want to collapse the button again. And if this is true, then we can set it to visible. So plug in the actual button and make sure it's visible. Okay, so that's event construct. Then we want to grab the on-clicked events for our new buttons. So we have the button lobby. Let's add an on-clicked, and also for the yes and the no button. So we have 3 new events over here. And first of all, if we click the actual lobby button, we want to show the pop-up and then disable the other buttons. So we can copy this stuff. go to on-click lobby and then plug it in over here. So we want to disable these 4 buttons, and then we want to set the visibility for the pop-up to visible. Then for the no button, we want to do the reversed. So we can copy this stuff and paste it over here. So if we don't want to return to the lobby after all, then we can simply re-enable these buttons and hide the pop-up again. So set it back to hidden. And if we actually click the yes button, then I'm gonna disable the yes and no button, simply because it takes a little bit of time to actually go back to the lobby, and to prevent the player from start smashing the buttons, we just gonna disable them. So we're gonna grab the border no and the border no, the button no and the button yes, and plug those in over here. And after that, we want to execute a console command so we can execute server travel back to the server. So we're going to execute console command. For the specific player, we can drag off here and get the player controller. And then the actual command is going to be server travel lobby menu map. So over here, we want to type server travel and then a space, and then the name of your lobby. So in my case, that's a lobby menu map, just like so. And that's really all we need. So right now this should work, and we can compile and save and have a little test. So make sure I hit the correct button and not escape this time. So this is the client, that's good to go. We have the pause menu if our prints disappear, and there's no actual lobby button in here, so that's good to go. And if we go check on the host, we actually have a lobby button, and if we click it, there's a pop-up, other buttons are disabled. We can go back, and if we click yes, so the client already disappeared over here. There we go, we're back in the lobby and we can set up a different game. Okay, so a mini tutorial, that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider leaving a like. I'll be back soon for more. Later guys, bye bye.